Imagine the roar of engines pushing speeds over 190 miles per hour on a treacherous track like Talladega, where every lap could turn into a heart-pounding disaster. Now that's the raw thrill and terror of NASCAR racing that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. But here's where it gets controversial. Is the adrenaline rush worth the life-threatening risks drivers like Norm Benning face? Stick around to see how one veteran handled a fiery nightmare and kept his cool in a way that might just redefine what it means to be a true racer. Norm Benning, a 73-year-old powerhouse in the NASCAR Truck Series, faced a spine-chilling ordeal today at Talladega when his truck erupted into flames. Picture this: a massive fire engulfing the vehicle, turning what should have been just another race into a breathless moment of suspense for fans worldwide. We've witnessed similar scares before, like Jordan Anderson's close call a few years back at the same track. So you can bet everyone watching was praying for Benning to emerge unscathed. Fortunately, he did, escaping on lap 65 without serious harm. To help beginners visualize this, think of Talladega as a high-speed oval where centrifugal force and intense competition can lead to mechanical failures, making incidents like this a stark reminder of the sport's inherent dangers. After the scare, Benning was checked out in the infield care center for smoke inhalation affecting his right lung. He even scheduled follow-up treatments the next morning, showing how seriously he takes his health despite the chaos. Then, in a move that epitomizes his unyielding spirit, he chatted with reporters as if the whole thing was no big deal. And get this, he's already gearing up to race again next week at Martinsville. A little smoke inhalation and right lung. I gotta go back in the morning for some treatments, Benning shared with Bob Pockrass of Fox Sports. But I've never been in an explosion like that. That whole bottom end of that engine must have just came apart and filled up with fire and smoke. I've never got out of a race car so fast in my life. He went on to describe the urgency of the moment. He'd already loosened his belts and lowered the net before the truck fully stopped, ulting out as quickly as he could while holding his breath against the smoke. Eventually, he had to inhale some of it, leaving his entire right side feeling like a bad sunburn. Yet there he was, brushing it off and affirming his commitment. I'm fine. I'll be at Martinsville next week. And this is the part most people miss. The true grit behind a driver like Benning isn't just in surviving the flames, but in the perspective shift that follows. For him, the worst part wasn't the near miss with danger, but the practical setback, losing his engine. To put this in context for newcomers, these engines are like the heart of the vehicle, custom-built and expensive, often tuned for specific races. In this case, the truck he drove today was set to be the same one he uses at Daytona in February. So the damage meant an unplanned replacement. I'm just disappointed I lost an engine. That's all, Benning explained. I've got to replace this Ilmore engine now for Daytona. That's my concern. I'm fine. You know, that happens. I never expected it to do that, you know. The engine only had 2 races on it, so. When we talk about what makes someone a real racer, it's not something you can pretend or learn overnight. It's ingrained, proven in the fires of adversity like this. So, what does Benning really think about the incident? He summed it up simply. I'm all right. That's part of it when you're racing at 190 miles an hour. For beginners, this highlights how drivers often view high-risk elements as just another day in the sport, a mindset born from years of experience and a deep love for the challenge. But let's get provocative here. In an era where safety in sports is constantly scrutinized, does Benning's nonchalant attitude downplay the potential for serious injury or worse? Some might argue that pushing through such incidents glorifies danger, potentially risking lives for entertainment. Others could see it as the ultimate testament to courage and passion. What do you think? Is the high-stakes nature of NASCAR worth celebrating? Or should we demand more caution? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with Benning's toughness? Or is there a line that shouldn't be crossed? Let's discuss.